Hi everybody and welcome to the Mental Toughness and Body Show. My name is Rob Evans and I'm your weight loss coach, health strategist and internationally published author, helping take your life, your business, your health, fitness, mindset and body from where you are right now to where it is that you want to be. And today I want to talk to you about when was the last time that you did something really radical to have a deep change on your life, a powerful impact on your life, something radical. Chances are it's been a while. I want to give you an example of something that I've done that is something that I never thought I would do, but I'll tell you why I'm doing it. And I don't know what the benefits are going to be yet because it hasn't happened yet, but I'm committed to it. So obviously a big part of what I do with people in helping change their lives is by changing their health and fitness. And I do that through helping them create a new lifestyle that is really going to support them into the future, like a sustainable one. I don't do create diets for people. I don't give them extreme diets, programs, like workouts, anything like that. It's all designed to help people achieve a goal, but in a sustainable way. Now, one of the key ways that I do that is via food. Now, the way that I live myself is it's very structured, and I've had partners in the past that have told me that I live a very rigid, structured lifestyle. For the way that I look at it is success leaves clues, right? And I'm successful at what I do because of the way that I live and because of the way that I eat, the way that I train, the way that I have my day set up, the way that I work with my clients, the way that I do all those things is not different every day. So success requires some consistency. It can seem a little bit boring from the outside, but sometimes success is like that. If you have to train as much as you look at a high performance team anywhere, they train so many times a week. All of their sessions are structured. Maybe one day they have a day in the pool, one day they have a day in the gym with weights, one day they have a day doing Pilates or yoga and things like that. They have a couple of days of actual training. Some days are skills training, some days might be something else. They have coaching sessions where they're sitting and listening. They might have sessions with their doctors, sports psychologists. You name it, there are so many different links in the chain that they have to do, and some of those will happen every week at the same times, consistently. Why? Because it works, and you need to keep doing things the same way to get that same high performance outcome. That doesn't mean that some of those things don't change within those time slots, but that's essentially what we do. If you find the winning formula, why change it completely? So one of the things that I've been doing with myself is for probably the last 9 years now, with my food, I eat a very particular way. So I'm having 6 meals a day. I do a pre and post workout nutrition. Right now I'm cycling creatine every 3 days. I do 3 days of cycling on, 3 days of cycling off my creatine cycling. That helps me to build muscle. It's a natural supplement. It's drug-free. I take it 5 times a day throughout the day on those days when I take it. So that's under the supervision of my strength and conditioning coach. He tells me when to do it and tells me when to stop it, etc., etc. So today's day 1 of another 3-day cycle. I have conditioned myself so well to the way that I eat now, and I just don't really have to think about it. That also means that I have to do a bunch of preparation for my meals, which I do over the weekend to set myself up for success through the week. And you can go back and listen to earlier podcasts that I've done on the Mental Toughness and Body Show where I talk about power foods and preparation and all that kind of stuff. But ultimately, if you want to be successful, you've got to put the work in to the preparation for it. So that means for me, I prepare my meals not through the week, I prepare them on the weekend. The only things I'm doing through the week is taking the food out of the freezer that I've made and heating it. I maybe add some extra vegetables to it. I maybe add some rice to it. But I've got some quick, simple, time-saving things around that too. My salads, they're pre-made. I buy them from the supermarket already made up. I just add them to a bowl. I add my protein, add a little bit of dressing, and bang, we're good to go. Now, I've been doing that for years now. And so I don't have to think about it. I just need to do it. So now here's the radical change. I've had a number of clients talk to me over time about the various foods that they eat and the way that they approach it. So for instance, in our country here, we have a number of different providers of food, as in already done meals. So there's some companies that have been around for years that have been doing it. So weight loss companies, they're normally frozen foods and so forth. There's other ones where they deliver you all the ingredients in a box and you have to prepare it. And they'll give you all the exact ingredients for it and you just prepare it. And some people really, I've got clients that do that as well and they really enjoy it. I've never done any of those things because I've been so in tune with what I'm doing for myself. I'm in such a good routine and obviously it's cheaper. So we've had this new, or relatively new, I couldn't even tell you how old the company is, and it's called Muscle Chef, and I think they're pretty much just in Australia at the moment. And what they do, they've got a bit of a niche because they're aiming their meals at the serious trainers, okay? The people that are doing the workouts, but they don't have the energy, the inclination, whatever, to do the meal preparation. Now, I've known a number of people that have done them before and they're not serious trainers, but they just enjoy the meals. They're higher in protein, which is often rare in some of these frozen meals, and they really enjoy it. So I've got a number of clients that are using those because, well, they don't have I shouldn't say they don't have the time, they're not making the time to prepare the meals that I would recommend for them in my tailored meal plan that I give them. And that's okay because everybody's a little bit different. So my radical change is this week, and it starts tomorrow, I've ordered 5 days of these meals. So it's 4 meals a day, and I do my own 2 snacks, which I do as smoothies, and the rest of them are provided. So it costs a little bit more, and I'm going to do a series of videos about the ordering process, my views about what's good about the food, what's not so, I wouldn't say what's not so good, but where are the improvement opportunities for them. So I'm going to do a video of my meals and the ordering process, and just maybe a bit of a summary at the end of how I've found the process. So it's something that is obviously costing me more than if I was going to make the meals myself. So they work out to about I'm going to say $9 to $10 Australian per meal, which is fairly typical of most of the meals across any of the companies that you would get. That seems to be the competitive price point, that $9 to $10 mark. So if you think about it, it's 4 meals a day, so about $40 a day in food. If I was making it myself, depending on the protein source, I can do it for about half of that, around about half, maybe a little bit more. So I'm paying for the convenience. Also, the thing that I'm looking forward to is, well, it's something new. So I have been eating the way that I've been eating for some time. And to get some different flavors in there, I always said if I could have one luxury in life, it would be to have a chef. And I thought, well, actually, this is like the next best thing, isn't it? Let's try it out. And I thought, well, on those weekends where I do prepare the meal, obviously it takes time, it takes effort. So maybe this will help ease things up for me and give me some more variety. They've got heaps of different meals. And it's like one of those things where you can pick, okay, I want a muscle gain one, and it will, how many days, and it will automatically tell you, pre-fill your order with foods, and then you can go through and manually you can change things. So I've changed a couple. I'm not a really spicy eater. We'll just see what they taste like. And so that's a radical change for me, because for 8 years I've been living a specific way. I prepare all my food. No one else prepares my food for me. And this is going to be a change. Some of it will not be eating in the way that I would normally eat. So for instance, I only eat high energy carbohydrates like rice, pastas, grains, that kind of stuff, on the day that I work out and a 3-hour window around my workout. So most of these meals that are provided by these companies will have your high energy carbs with every single meal. Why? Because it's a little bit cheaper than the protein, so that's what they do. So I've had to go through and tailor so that I haven't done it for everyone. So I thought, well, let's just have a few days off where I'm not doing that, and it's more of a maintenance phase rather than what I'm working on right now. And I've gone through and you can tailor it so you can pick some meals where it doesn't have that high energy food in. So I didn't want to do too much of that, because I thought, okay, I want to see how simple the process is in terms of ordering, pre-filling, not having to think about it too much, because obviously it takes a fair bit of effort to go through and change all those meals, like 20 meals, to go through and wade through their list. And obviously I'm doing it for the first time, so I'm having to examine each meal. So over time, I imagine that you could see, okay, well, yes, I like that one. It doesn't have the high energy food in there. It tastes good. It's got plenty of veg in there. Bang, I'll put that one in. So that's what I'm doing. It's a radical change for me, and I'll let you know how it goes. It arrives tomorrow sometime, so I don't know whether it might be, my first meal might be on Thursday, because they may just come too late for me to have them on Wednesday. It makes more sense to start the full day. But I am looking forward to it, I must admit, because I'm looking forward to some different flavours. I've heard really great stories about it, and it might be just one of those things that maybe every fortnight, maybe once a month, I can set my food up this way so that it just gives me a bit of a break. So why am I harping on this so much? Well, for me, it's a radical change, and it makes me think about, when was the last time you implemented a radical change for you? Particularly around your food. I mean, this concept may be something that really works well for you, yet you're always going to pay a premium for it. So it's going to cost you more than if you were going to do it yourself. But is it worth something to you to do that? If you break it down, a lot of people will say, okay, well, that kind of thing is too expensive. I'll just eat my own stuff. But the reality is, people are making poorer choices when they are making their own stuff, and they're not getting a fulfilling outcome. So that's not good. So if you really value your health and you're investing in your body and in your health, and you want different outcomes, then I think this is something worthy of a look for you. We need to be consistent with our food. We need to make sure that they're highly nutritious, because most of us are eating calorie-dense food that is nutrient-starved, and we continue to accumulate these poorer health outcomes for ourselves every single day. And it's just that we don't see it every single day, and it doesn't show up every single day, but it's there. We just can't see what's going on within our system, within our body. Maybe it's cancers forming, maybe it's extra fat forming, maybe it's just not serving your mindset in a way that is saying to you, Rob, you're doing a great job in really looking after your body. Because I believe, look, we were given our bodies, wherever they came from, whatever your beliefs are, we were given our bodies. We didn't have to pay for them, we didn't have to earn them, we were just given them. My belief is that now we've got them, we need to nurture them as best we can. Sure, you can abuse your body as much as you like, but I believe that it was a gift to us, and we need to nurture it so that we can get out of our lives, do what we want in our lives with as much energy and focus as we want, and to strive for success. And whatever your definition of success is, Do it in a healthy way. Impact others in a way that is empowering and just helping make the place a better place than when you came into it. I think that's what I believe. And if you are fueling yourself the right way, you're doing the right things for your body, then I believe you're going to get those particular outcomes. It's just that most people aren't. So this may be an area for you with your food where you could make some radical changes to what you're doing right now and have radical outcomes. Because I guarantee you this, when you feel better, when you've got more energy, you get more done, and you just feel way, way better about who you are and what it is that you're doing and your life's purpose. You just feel so much better. And I think the actual health benefits can be just as powerful as the fact that you know that you are working on something to make yourself better. Our mindsets are really powerful and we are curious creatures. But knowing that you're taking steps to improve yourself is also a huge thing. So let's get radical. Let's look at those areas of your life where you can maybe implement something that you've never done ever before. I don't know whether I'm going to enjoy this. I might try this and say, that food was disgusting. I doubt that. But until you try these things, you don't know. So maybe there are areas in your life where you can do something radical. Maybe you've never worked out ever in your life, because there's plenty of people that never have. And maybe once you start, you'll realize what a change you're making to your body. I mean, I'm coaching clients right now. I did a really early morning session, a 5 a.m. session with some people this morning. And they've only been going for a little while, but you can already see the excitement they have in the results that they're getting. And that's amazing. You can do it too. It's just that maybe you're choosing not to right now. Or maybe it's another area of your life, an area of your business where you think, do you know what, if I put this person in place to take care of these things, then that could actually skyrocket our business. Or maybe it's, I need to get rid of this person. They've been here for 20 years and I have the same problems over and over again. Maybe it's something to do with your own health and wellness. Maybe it's something to do with your mindset. Maybe you need to get a coach and you've never had a coach and you're listening to me the first time and thinking, I'd like to find out more about how I can improve some of my own life and move myself forward. You can go to the mentaltoughnessandbodyshow.com. You can connect with me by opting in for a free consultation. And we can start connecting there. Maybe it's another type of coach that you want to work with. You've never done it before, you've always thought about it, but you've always considered the cost rather than the value that you're getting. Maybe now's the time to change that and say, no more. I can see the value of the coaching now. And how can you see that? Well, maybe you've been listening to me for a while and you realize that, wow, coaching completely changed my life. It's completely moved me from being very unhappy, what I would call unsuccessful, not reaching the levels of success that I would like, to achieving everything that I want to achieve and not believing how much I've changed. So if it can work for a little bloke like me, I don't consider myself to be anything extraordinary. I'm just like everybody else. It can work for you too. So let's get radical. Let's shake things up in your life. Let's get radical changes to get radically different outcomes for yourself. Stay safe. I'll see you tomorrow.